Hey guys, welcome back to dezandfoxplay. I am Dez, and this is Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. So when I first heard about this game, I literally just didn't even look at it. I had zero interest in it because I made a really stupid mistake, and I thought it was a Hellgate sequel. And Hellgate was like Hellgate London's End, or I don't remember what it's called, but whatever it is, it was this shooter. It was a pretty typical shooter game. Some people really liked it. I had no interest in it at all, but I thought this had to do with that, and I was like, yeah, I don't want to see another one, and I was dumb. But thankfully, my favorite Let's Player, his name's Christopher Rod. Go check out Mr. Rod Plays. Great YouTuber. Again, my favorite Let's Player. He started playing this, and I'm like, well, you know, if Odd is playing it, I'll check it out. And I watched, I think, like 6 episodes before I stopped watching it and was like, I need to play this myself. I have to stop watching. I need to play it myself. So this game is beautiful. It's interactive. It's storytelling. I'll comment a lot more about it while I'm playing it, but just kind of the storyline. The whole idea here is that it's like Viking times. You're a Gaelic warrior who's venturing north into Nordic areas, and at least I believe you're Gaelic. We'll figure that out. You might be a Nordic warrior in Nordic areas, but either way, you have ventured into these northern areas, but all the while you have a mental illness where you are constantly hearing voices. It's like schizophrenia or something to that nature, where you are panicky and there's just all kinds of crazy things going on around you. They refer to it often as the darkness, and they even brought in like psychologists and people with specific knowledge in the area of this particular mental illness and how it works out. What Mr. Rod says when he plays games like this, I'm going to echo to you. It's called set the mood. I really want to encourage you guys to set the mood, and here's what that means. I'm sitting in a big cushy armchair in my my TV room right now, but I have 7.1 surround sound. If you don't have surround sound of some sort, put on some headphones that are really good headphones, because the voices are just done so well and the sound is done incredibly. Turn down your lights, focus on the screen, and pay attention to this story, because it is so good. Let's start this new game, shall we? I will comment as little as possible during the cutscenes, just so you guys know.
Hello. Who are you? Doesn't matter. Welcome. You are safe with me. I'll be right here, nice and close, so I can speak without alerting the others. Let me tell you about Senua. Her story has already come to an end, but now it begins anew.
What's happening? It's breathing. The head. It's breathing. It's breathing. No. He knows she's getting closer. He can feel her coming closer. She's getting closer. They're watching. The head. They're watching. They're watching.
This is a journey deep into darkness. There will be no more stories after this one.
What is she doing? Why is she doing this? They're watching. Why doesn't she turn coming? She's doing this for him. She wants to rescue him. He's already dead. I can feel you coming. Quiet.
Sorry guys, I have to keep the volume turned down just so the microphone doesn't pick it up, but that also means that I'm going to need to turn the subtitles on. So
of me. I never told you of the others.
Mental
You hear them
health
too,
advisor,
right?
historical advisor. So cool.
They've been around ever since the tragedy. Well, that's not quite true. Some are old, some are new, but they've changed. I think the darkness changed them, just like it changed her.
Can you see them? Over there. Why isn't she looking? Why aren't you looking?
It's in hell high. Look. Up ahead.
Hell high.
You see it too?
You promised you
Well done, Dan Atwell.
It
As
is
well
real
as
after
this.
all. She's finally arrived in the land of mist and fog. The place the Northmen call hell.
Turn back. Go back. Go back. It's not safe. Turn back. Go back. Go back. Go back. It's not safe.
It's them. They're here.
Hopefully you guys really are listening to this in good headphones, but the voices are coming out of individual speakers, and it's just so cool. Like, in each different one is coming out of different areas, so it's just bouncing back and forth all over my surround sound. It's so good.
Look around and you will see them. The drowned, the sick, slain. Here they lie, rotting in the fields and rivers of hell. But the dead don't always lie still here. This is not a place of rest.
You can't do this. Go back. Go back. They're going to do that to you. Can you see them? Can you see them? They're going to do that to you. They're watching. Stop. Can you feel them watching? They're watching her.
So the only thing I can control right now is just the camera view.
You're so close.
Everything else is being done for me. But I love being able to look around. I am feeling the same sense of exploration that Senua is feeling
What is she
right now.
thinking? I can tell you. She's afraid. Wouldn't you be? You'd think she would get used to it by now after so many years. But the darkness, it just builds onto itself, growing stronger, towering over her. You might try and ignore it, turn away. But it's always there, just out of sight, where you're most vulnerable. It's like it knows that just enough light is all you need to see its suffocating power.
They can feel you.
Also, Melina Jurgens, A+ voice actor. Haven't heard of
You
her
might
until
think
this
she's brave to
game.
go on this journey
So
on
good
her
in this
own.
game.
But it isn't bravery that drives her. Bravery only means something to those afraid of death. Senua's fear runs far, far deeper.
So the real quick short story of it, and you'll learn a lot more. You'll learn this.
What is she looking
Oh,
at?
sorry.
What is she leaving behind? I know what she's thinking. I hear her thoughts. It's not too late to get into the boat and go back. No one will judge her. No one will ever know. Oh, she heard us.
It looks right at us.
There's no going back.
see the subtitles on the top are other
Senua
voices talking
pushes
to
away
her.
a world that conspired to cause so much suffering. There's nothing to go back to, and worse to look forward to. Why don't you join us? Maybe you too have a part to play in this story.
Gosh. Already so good, eh, guys? Wow. So, just a couple of things already that I love about this. The character animations. So, if you ever watch extra credits, they talk about the importance of character animations, but the way Senua has like this very upright and rigid stance, and how she's always focusing forward. If I push forward, she looks forward. If I go backward, she doesn't turn around, she looks forward. If I go to the right, she actually has like a sidestep shuffle where she's still looking forward. She has her goal, and she will not take her eyes off of it. The character animators specifically did this, I would guess, specifically did this so that she would not ever take her eyes off her goal. A very quick background story. You're going to learn a whole lot more about it, though, but her beloved died, and it is her religious belief, the religious belief of her people, that the soul remains in the head. So you look on the lower left-hand side there, that is his head in that canvas bag, and that's his head in there, and we are taking it into Helheim, the land of the dead, to get his soul back, to bring him back to life. And that's the idea. And just look at the beauty of this game, guys. Look at Senua. Gosh. It's just so gorgeous. Alright, let's get some story here.
Why isn't she focusing? She needs to focus now.
She needs to use her eyes.
So what is focus?
Do not forget
R2.
my stories, Senua. Because your darkness comes from hell, and your fate lies there. They say the burning of a corpse will take you straight to Hela's gate. But gods and the living will follow this path. You must leave the Isles of Orkney across the eastern sea and find a road that leads north and down through deep, dark valleys. After 9 nights of riding, you will follow a great river and will find a bridge covered in gold. The path to Helheim goes from there, across the River of Knives that flows from the dark portion of Helheim.
You can't do that.
No.
How to stop? She needs to know. What's it
The darkness is coming. Yearns for life. Hungers for it. Like a pack of wolves on a hunt. But she's not
I'll run
stopping.
and run, okay. Man, I don't know what that is, but it's kind of creepy.
Not this time.
We tread forward.
Can you see it?
Look how gorgeous that is.
The land of mist and fog.
He's in there.
The old fool was right.
You see it?
What was it he said? The river of knives across which lies the halls of hell. The place they call Helheim.
He's lost. He's lost.
Where are you? I hear you.
He's there. You know it.
There's no doubt about
He's
it.
lost.
The source of the darkness is in Helheim,
They're calling
and the goddess Hela holds his soul there. Her dear beloved, Dillian,
There you go. That's again the general basis of this is she's going after her beloved Dillian.
She's doing this for him. She wants to rescue him.
He's already dead.
He's dead. But his soul is in Helheim. His soul still lives.
The bridge to Helheim. I forget its name. She forgets too. But she does remember that only the dead may cross it. That part wasn't so easy to forget. The old fool said there was a hidden path up to it. Let's see, shall we?
So if we search around, there are also more of those like tablets that we saw that gave us some like story behind it, a voice of a guy, and he tells a lot of the mythology behind what we're doing, and the mythology really helps explain. He was our mentor at one point. We'll find out more about him later. We most certainly will. It's also one of the only things I am not a big fan of in this game, but we'll get to that in a bit.
The Northmen speak of 9 worlds. The world of men they call Midgard. Sky gods dwell in Asgard. The gods of earth, harvest, wind, and sea dwell in Vanaheim. The good elves dwell in Alfheim. The evil ones dwell in Svartalfheim. The mountain giants dwell in Jotunheim. The fire giants dwell in Muspelheim. Niflheim is the world of ice and darkness. Only the dead dwell in Helheim, and that is where you must travel.
Get down.
What's she waiting for?
Do you know where you are? Where are we?
So here's our hidden path,
She shouldn't have done it.
She can't go back.
and the voices are just doubting
No,
me.
this is it. The hidden path.
If you guys hear any weird noises in the background, it's because my wife is watching me play, but she's doing some other stuff at the same time. Jackie, say hi in a loud voice. Hi. I don't know if you could hear over her making noise, but this is one of the really cool things I like about this game, the focus mechanic. So it's just
He's going to hurt you.
it's just a mechanic where you are focusing on something.
Don't kill me.
It just zooms in.
I'm not one of them.
Don't listen.
I was just hiding. I find I live longer that way. Don't listen. I never let the bastards catch me again. Never! Wait. Who are you?
It's just a memory.
Druth? Is that you?
Druth is her mentor.
For my tales of the Northmen, they call me Druth. A liar.
He's lost.
An old fool. Truth is my truth.
It's good to see you again. You kept your vow.
Guide you in this life and the next. I will tell you my stories of hell, if I may walk with you.
Tell me your stories again, old friend. I'm listening.
The runes seal the gates to hell. Focus your inner eye, and you too will see what's hidden in plain sight.
Look really clearly. Focus, Senua. Focus. Focus, and
I can see one.
What happens
Hold
if
it
you
in your
focus?
mind's eye. Find one like it to open the gate.
So now I need to find this rune somewhere in here. I know the puzzles, a lot of them already, because I watched Odd do them, so it's going to go pretty quickly, but you can see kind of what we're looking for here. And now we found the rune, and now the gate will open. The only thing I really dislike about this, the way this game works,
Gate is open. Go through
is that
Go through it. It's dangerous. Follow it.
Druth is
Behind the gate.
in he's FMV. He's actual live action full motion video. He's not computer generated as far as I know. It's what he looks like, at least.
But I watched the Northmen, learnt their ways.
I know you did.
You listened when everyone else laughed. My people paid a heavy price. Carry my stories with you, and together we will make the Northmen feel our fury.
And when you can see just the live action video right next to, sorry.
She once tried to make them go away. Pretend they weren't real. But what good is that? When we are always here. I guess it's the same with heights. You can stand on the edge, pretend it's going to be okay. But you know that death is near, waiting for you to make that little slip. You can't just wish things away.
So I am balancing her as I'm moving. Anyway, it just shows that she, like, it puts this in the uncanny valley. That's what it is. It makes it clear that everything else is computer generated when you have a live action video right next to it. I wish I wouldn't have done that, but it's the only complaint I really have. Let's get some more
The world
lore.
of the dead is ruled by the giantess, Hela, daughter of Loki. The gods feared her bloodline, bad on her mother's side and yet much worse on her father's. So, as a child, the All-Father cast her down into Helheim and gave her power over those who die of sickness, age, hardship, and self-slaughter. In all of the 9 worlds, only Hela can resurrect the dead. To Hela, your Dillion was sacrificed, and with her you must bargain.
Nope, his voice is getting quieter. Okay, I want to make sure it wasn't because of distance. So yeah, Hela can raise the dead, and I have to go into Helheim, the land of the dead, to encounter her, and so that's where I am going now.
Stay back. Look at it. You have to open it.
The gate to Helheim divides the living from the dead. Is that the face of Hela herself? The half-rotten goddess that rules over Helheim. Whatever horrors lie behind that door, she must find him. Shh. Someone's here.
Who is here? The other 2 gates in the background there. The darkness is here. That's what they call kind of her mental illness, the voices. Her mental illness in general is the darkness. Oh, and this voice.
You took him from me. I beg you, let him go. I'll give you what you want. I won't resist anymore. Just give him back.
Oh, never mind. They didn't have the voice there. Very interesting part of the game, mechanic of the game is coming up right now. Nope. Okay. Okay, which one is attack? Come on, which one is attack? How do I attack? Okay, there it is. Oh, that's right. If I block him at exactly the right time, I get a real good combo. Come on, get in there. Get in there. Nice. Nice. So square is my attack button. R1 is my block button. Oh! Oh, I can't attack these guys. What am I supposed to do? Oh! Oh! This is good practice, though. Nope. There we go. I'm down. I had to fall there. You guys didn't realize that. Look at my face covered in blood. Those empty eyes. So that's me kind of dying. You can see that's my dead body there.
Of what's to come.
And that's the real me right there.
Poor Senua. The darkness does not bargain. It does not reason. It is rot. And now it has taken hold. It will spread towards her head, the seat of the soul, until there is nothing left of her. All of her suffering will have been for nothing. It's just a matter of time.
The dark rot will grow each time you fail. If the rot reaches Senua's head, her quest is over. And all progress will be lost. So if I'm bad at this, which is very likely, if I do poorly at this...
The hardest battles are fought in the mind. That is what Dillian taught her. With every defeat, the dark rot will grow and soon it will take her soul. But for now, at least, she still has control of her mind. And she will fulfill her vow, whatever the cost.
If I die too many times, it's perma game over. Like, all progress is lost and I have to start over again.
Listen to me, Senua. The goddess Hela lies behind the gate to Helheim. To open the gate, you must first face the gods that guard it. The god of fire, Zurt, and the god of illusion, Valravan. Spill their blood to open the gate to Helheim and enter the land of the dead.
A couple more things I really like about this game. Number one is just the voice acting.
She needs to challenge the gods.
She has to fight two gods first.
Two gods?
Two gates.
A lot of times in games like this, when there's a female lead or even just a female character and they take damage, the pain sounds they make are not really pain sounds. They're different sounds. Not the typical sound a person makes when they're in pain. Maybe more of a pleasurable noise. It's very clear that they're trying to make it sound attractive because it's an attractive woman, and she doesn't make pain sounds, she makes moaning sounds or whatever. That is not the case with Senua. Senua screams in agony. Like, I mean, so realistic, and every time I'm watching this, I can just feel her torture inside of her as she's struggling with this. The voice acting is so good. So we have to choose a gate, whether we want to go to Helheim, not Helheim, we want to go to Helheim. Helheim is back there. But we have to choose whether we want to go to the fire god or the god of illusion. So that's Hurt, something like that, and then Valravn. I do remember that one. Yeah, and we have to decide which one we're going to go to first, but we're going to do that next time. So until then, thank you guys for watching. If you're enjoying this, please subscribe, share, let us know your thoughts in the comments, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.